Welcome in, everyone. It's Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. I hope everyone had an awesome Thanksgiving. I am special live today to make sure you guys know about this amazing Cyber Monday deal that ends in about 15 hours. So I want to be clear, this is time sensitive. I believe this is going to end Wednesday, December 3rd, around 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard. And this is a way that you can learn another skill, make some part-time income, or just start learning and dabbling a little bit in the cryptocurrency space. And what makes this so different is you're using other people's money. All right. I'm not going to sit here and tell you trading is easy and all you need to do is do it and you start making tons of money like, you'll see on YouTube and TikTok where they make it sound super simple. It does take dedication. Does take a little bit of time to get educated, but I think if you're going to do it, this is the best way to do it because you can get access to $60,000 to trade for under $300 one time. And the special they have now, you actually get to keep 100% of it. So today we're looking at Bitfunded, the easiest place to get a funded account in crypto. So they're having a 50% off Cyber Monday deal. We'll get into the details of that here in a little bit, but this is essentially how it works, okay? You sign up and you get whatever package you want. You can literally start with $99. And you kind of are in a demo account where you have to prove that you can trade successfully. You need to make about 8 or 10%. So I like to do the $10,000 accounts. Right. So they kind of give you what I would call like a demo or a fake account where you're trading $10,000. So if you can make successful trades and make $800 or $1,000, you pass the challenge. Then you become a Bitfunded trader where, again, you're trading the $10,000. And if you make a profit, you get to keep it. So if you start with $10,000, you get your account up to $11,000. At the end of the month, they'll send you that $1,000. Now, normally, it used to be an 80-20 split where they would keep 20% of the profit and give you 80. But with this special right now, you get to keep 100% of it. So if you make $1,000 trading, you get to keep $1,000. Now, of course, they don't want you losing a bunch of money. So they do have limits that we'll go over. So, you can't lose more than 8%. So if you do, basically, that account is done. And then you can move on to the next one and try again. But the key here is your upside is almost unlimited, right? Your downside is very minuscule, very little risk. So let me go over, what that looks like for each of them on Cyber Monday. Basically, you can buy 3 accounts and you get 3 free. So if you wanted to start with a $5,000 account here, right? You're going to get 6 accounts and you're only going to pay $237. So that's $30,000, right? 6 times 5 that you have the ability to trade and you're only paying $237. So the most you can lose here is $237. So the risk is very low. How much you can earn is basically unlimited. You're getting 100% profit split and there's a 2-step assessment. Actually, let me go here. So this is the base objective, okay? So you need a profit target. And I like to do the 1-step ones. There's 2 steps, basically mean you have to pass 2 tests in order to get the real money trading. I prefer to just do 1. So your profit target's 10,000 or 10%, meaning if you start with 5,000, you need to make $500 in trading. Your max daily loss is 4%. So that means you can't lose more than $400 a day. 6% is your max loss. So if you lost $600, that account is blown. It's done. You move on to the next one. You don't have to do this right away. You can purchase this during the Black Friday, Cyber Monday special. Do it whenever you want. And the really cool thing is here, and I'll show you guys, you can actually leverage it and you can long and short it, meaning you can make money if the market goes down or the market goes up, which is very difficult to do or very hard to get access to in other ones. Once you get to the trader stage, you pass this stage 1, your profit target is unlimited. right? As much as you make, you get to keep it. And then you keep these daily losses and your max loss. Now, I did the $10,000 one. So I'm just going to show you guys what I did and what it cost me. So I bought 3 of the $10,000 accounts. I did the one step. So my profit target at a $10,000 account is $1,000. Once I do a trade or multiple trades, earn $1,000, I pass stage 1. I go to the trader stage where I'm trading with real money. Anything I make in there, I get to keep. Obviously, you still have your max daily loss of 4% and your max loss of 6%, but you can essentially do whatever you want. So this is what it looks like for me. I did the 6 $10,000 accounts. I paid $447. You can pay with a credit card or with crypto. And I'm getting 100% of my profit, and it's a one-step assessment. If you want to keep it a little more affordable, you can do the 2-step assessment at $297. So let me show you guys like kind of what this looks like. And even if you guys are just getting started in crypto, you know, this is relatively easy. I think I'm going to be going live every day, doing a couple trades, and we will, you know, have some fun. I'll put out some signals if you guys want to take them. If you guys look down below, you can get the link to join Bitfunded and also join my Telegram for free for the rest of this week. Now, yesterday when I was doing the demo, I did a long on Bitcoin. I wish I would have put more in. Because we went from, you know, like $86,000 to $92,000 today. Now, this is kind of a floor, or I would say a ceiling here of I'm not sure if we're going to be able to go past 92,000. Now, I use TradingView, you know, to kind of look and see what's happening. You guys don't have to have this, but I like to do it. So you guys can see here, I got a signal that Bitcoin was oversold. So if I would have been on Bitfunded, I would have went long here, meaning I would have bet the price went up, and that price would have been, you know, or that call would have profited me quite a bit. Now that we're here, I'm kind of thinking the opposite is I want to do a short. So this is what that would look like. So I'm going to do a market. Right here, you can change your leverage. Okay, which basically means like you're kind of like doing more than you have, kind of borrowing it. So like $100 at 3x would be around 300. $100 at 5x would be around 500. I like to keep mine at 3x. It's safer, especially when you're first starting out. So I'm going to do a market. We just went over 92,000. So I'm going to do 200. I don't know why this isn't going in. Let me try refreshing this. Oh, and also, we do not want to do cross. So cross is where you kind of share. All your trades are kind of one trade, so they can, if one's up and the other one's down, they'll kind of average out. We want to do isolated. I don't know why it's doing this. I might need to log in again. All right, let me log back into this and see if that'll make it work. So the other thing that we'll be covering tonight is what is going on with the markets. I hope you guys are using this time to stock up on your favorite cryptocurrencies. Again, I'm never concerned about the price. I'm about the value and do I believe in this long term? So anytime the price of an asset that I love goes down, I'm buying it up. And that's just kind of the mentality you have to get. Okay, we got it working now. You know, when you're in this space, like if you want to win big, When everyone else is freaked out, you need to be buying. All right, so right here, I changed it to isolated. All right, especially when you're starting out, that's what I would do. Let me blow this up for you guys a little bit. Okay, so we're in isolated, we're in 3x, we're in market. That means we're going to get the price right now. Okay, so I'm going to do 200 at 3x, and we're kind of surging right now. Now, you always want to use at least a stop loss. That means you're going to sell. So that limits, your losses. So my stop loss, I'm going to put in $93,000. So if this price goes up to 93, I'm selling, I'm out. I'll lose a little bit, but I won't lose a lot. If we do go down, I'll be making money. So I'm not going to use a take profit right now. I'll watch it and come back and take profit if I want to. But I'm going to go ahead and sell short here. We got above 92. All right. So you guys can see here, I have about $600, 552 in a short at 3x. And this will tell me my profit and loss. It'll tell me the percentage and the dollar amount. So right now we're up 15 cents. This is the average price I got in at 92,062. This doesn't really matter, my liquidation price, because I have a stop loss set. So again, if you guys can see here on the chart, that's where I entered. If the price of Bitcoin goes up past 93, okay, that will kind of be like a loss for me. And it'll sell that position. So I'm only going to lose a little bit if it does go up. If it goes down because I didn't take profit, I could keep winning and making more money. Now, if I wanted to, I could kind of take profit around 88 because if we do drop, I'm assuming we'll at least come down to there. If I wanted to close it, I could come here. If I wanted to, let me see. Yeah, if I wanted to change this, I can add margin. The main thing I would want to do is add a, might be, I might have to do stop loss before. Now, one I wanted to do a long on, just in case we do go up. And that's the nice thing about this too, is you can do longs and shorts. Is I wanted to do an AVAX, an AVAX long, because if the market does go down, I can have a pretty tight stop loss. So I'm going to do a long on this one where I did a short on Bitcoin. So I'm going to do, again, a market just because I want to get in. I'm going to do $200 again. And I'm going to do my stop loss right below kind of where we've been at like 1350. So I'm going to do my stop loss at 1350. And I'm going to go long on this. All right. So now if the price drops to 1350, I'm going to sell and exit that position and just lose a little bit. But if the market does go up, then my upside, is basically unlimited until I want to sell it. And you could automate that as well with a take profit. Now there's other things I'll be going over using the TradingView charts, and just kind of giving you guys some basic stuff. One of them I like to use is called the anchored VWAP. So with this one, you click on it, you go to your lowest point and you click right there. Okay. And then that's going to kind of get us some levels. And again, with trading, there's nothing guaranteed. It just kind of gives you some ideas, right? So because we've come out of that VWAP, most likely these will serve as like what we call support and resistance. So we'll see what happens. I'll leave this on the chart and we'll check tomorrow. I would assume that this price will at least come back down to 89.8, right? Again, you never know, especially in markets like this. And then our next level would be around 87.5. and then we'd probably come back to 85. Now there's other ones you can use too as well. We are on a 4-hour chart right now. That's the one I typically use just to kind of look long term. We can do these things called Fibonacci's that kind of give us some idea of where it might go. So now we could just blow past this, but most likely we'll come back to at least 88, probably 86 here if we are going to continue to go up. In this crazy manipulated market, you never really know, right? That's why I like to go long. I like to go short. And it just gives you a good practice of understanding the way markets work, and you don't freak out when the price goes down. And when the price does go up, you learn, okay, I need to sell now, right? It's oversold, it's overbought. So, I mean, if you look here on Friday, we saw that it was oversold. So that was a signal saying the price of Bitcoin is probably going to go up. So had we, at 80, 82, 80,000, right, went long on Bitcoin, we could have rode it from 81 to 92. Okay. That would have been a correct trade. We would have made money. We would have been profitable. Whatever challenge we were on, we would have went up. And you can kind of see here, we got an oversold signal or a reversal. So again, when it was back up to 93 just a few days ago, we could have went short and made money. So the fact that you can profit whether the market goes up or down, and you're using other people's money, and you get to keep money if you win, but your downside is capped at just a couple $100. And so that's kind of where the title of the movie or the video comes in, is you're getting access to $60,000 of trading capital, right? Other people's money for just one time $447, right? And that's with 100 profit split and 1-step assessment. If you want to, you can do 2-step for under $297, and you still get access to $60,000 of trading capital. And again, there's no monthly fee. That's nothing that you have to do every day. But if you want to take the time to learn, you can sit down anytime and put a couple trades in and learn how the market moves, start learning more about trading, because the beauty of trading is you can make money anywhere, anytime in the entire world, whether the market's going up or the market's going down. Controlling your emotions is probably the hardest part that a lot of people can't do, because people run on fear and they run on greed. So again, guys, this is very limited. This is the best deal they run all year. It ends in 15 hours and 36 minutes. Again, I think that's around Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. So if you do want to jump in and get some bit funded, you can go ahead and click the link down below in the description. And then also you can join my free Telegram group there. I'm going to be putting in signals and trading calls when I do that. But again, guys, this is an awesome deal, and utilizing other people's money, learning a skill that you can profit from anytime, anywhere, to me is a great idea. So if you guys need anything else, feel free to reach out. We'll see you guys on the live tonight with Ricardo at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard.